Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today we are reacting to Cursed Sonic fanfiction because why not? It was a community goal on Twitch before we were doing the multi-streaming stuff, yeah, we got some viewers and stuff like that, and people in our community sent us some Cursed Sonic fanfiction that we're gonna be reading. I also had the reason I did this whole thing, right? The reason that I wanted to react to this is because my friend Matthew from Neon Apes, he was telling me, he was showing me this. He was like, oh, did you know if you type in your name and then like the hedgehog, someone will have made like a Sonic OC of you, just like as a bit. And so that's what we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna jump in because this is the journey. This is how I started into why I was thinking I was gonna make this, dangled a carrot as a community goal for this, and then people wanted it because he read this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna read some Sonic fan fiction, and I have a story that I'm wanting to tell, but most of this I haven't read, so we're going to experience it. Some of it is really long, so I don't really know how this is going to work. I'm going to turn the Sonic music down for me so I can concentrate here. But here we go. So he told me, right, Matthew was like, yo, if you type in anyone's name and then the hedgehog, there'll be Sonic OC. And this is what he read, and this is the start here. So so this is Matt the Hedgehog. This is an OC. Someone named Matthew, I guess, made a character named Matthew as if they were in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe and he wanted to self-insert himself, you know? So here we go. Matt was raised by the Hedgehog monks and have devoted his life to understanding the secrets of the Hedgehog universe. So he's 27. His date of birth, 1994. Okay. Location of birth. So in a hospital like normal people, except the hospital was for hedgehogs. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So powers, able to control and accelerate any part of the body. Huge schlong, by the way. Like really packing some heat. Can make lightning appear anywhere. Personality, we have dead inside, constantly horny, resting dead face, play dumb, and super energetic. Okay, and we're just scratching the surface here, right? I'm gonna turn the Sonic music down even more. You got it. So here's the story. This is the main bit here. So okay, here's the story of Matt the Hedgehog, right? Matt was born in the Hedgehog Hospital to a yellow hedgehog and Knuckles after a one-night stand and a broken condom making him orange. Instead of paying child support, Knuckles decided to just be a father, so growing up he was abused by Knuckles when he was 5 to 10. Knuckles struggled with alcoholism for the time period. He eventually went to rehab and then fell into a portal and was never heard from again. It is believed that he was trying to cop a stash of black tar heroin here, and I'll even I can do the professional streamer thing of like zooming this in because y'all gotta experience this, right? Let's go back to this. He was trying to cop a stash of black tar heroin, okay, when he fell in the portal. Okay. So Matt grew up and had to take care of his mother, the yellow hedgehog. He lost his virginity at 12 with a fox under a bridge in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The events of 9/13, which apparently is the hedgehog's version of 9/11, really made him lose self-confidence a lot of his life. He figured out his powers when he was 13 after seeing 2 clowns get killed in a hit and run. He is now living in an apartment on Sonic Street and is currently working part-time for Tails Retail Company and is having an affair with Amy Rose's daughter-in-law, May Rose. Okay, so that I feel like we need a second here to just kind of sit back and just, I mean, that's a lot, right? This story, so you can see why I was kind of like, I was hooked, right? Because this was very insane. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, there's some bomb drops here, right? That there was a 9/13 for the Sonic community, right? I mean, black tar heroin. Obviously, I think this was written by a kid because there's several misspellings, some grammar things. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I feel like some of the things that are said in here make me feel like it's written by a kid, which, to be fair, most of what we're going to be reading today will probably be written by kids, I imagine. I'm not saying that if you're an adult, you can't be a proud member of the Sonic fan or fanon, the Sega fanon. But I have a feeling. Okay, so that's where we started, right? This is the beginning here. This is what got me kind of hooked, right? Because I then tried looking up like Holden the Hedgehog, and there's a single like pencil drawing of what my canon is. So maybe I got to make my own right later. But I did look up Ryan the Hedgehog, right? My roommate Red. And because Red is just a caller, so we do Ryan. So I haven't seen most of what we're going to be looking at now. I have not seen, right? I showed you all I really know about the Sonic fan fiction community, right? We had some viewers and stuff recommend. I looked this up because I wanted to test, the name and then putting, your thing. So here we go. Ryan the Hedgehog. Ryan is the son of Sonic and Amy from the future who traveled to the past to prevent Metal, Silver, and Metal Blaze kill his parents and friends like they did in the future, right? You just probably wrote by a kid. So nickname. Okay. Oh, here we go. Ryan the Hedgehog. Beautiful. Future Boy is the nickname. We're apparently aged at Earth years is 21. 514. Why is it 514? Wouldn't that just be 6'2"? I think. Okay. 77 pounds. Baby blue. He likes hot dogs and his parents. He dislikes robots and destruction. And, okay, so the appearance. He's a baby blue hedgehog with baby blue ears, tails, spines, and green eyes. White shirt with blue sleeves, blue overcoat, blue. Okay, a lot of blue. We had some green eyes. Yeah, a lot of blue. Backstory. He was born in 2018 and son of Sonic and Amy. So we got Sonic and Amy as our parents, trained along Shadow to become a great fighter, and his main training is to use the power of the emeralds to use the control of the chaos. Over the years, Eggman Nega built what he considers the two most powerful robots, Metal, Silver, and Metal Blaze, using Silver and Blaze that were captured for their creation, but the robots betray and kill him, but still following his plan of killing the enemies of Eggman. Okay, this is kind of hard to follow, but maybe I'm just not in the I'm not in the know, right, of Sonic fan fiction here. We'll zoom in for y'all. Okay, so in 2039, the robots killed all of Sonic's friends and Sonic himself, leaving only Amy, Ryan, and Shadow alive. So wait, Sonic died? Amy built a time machine with the help of Tails before he died. But he needed to charge and the robots could appear at any time, so she sent Shadow and Ryan to give her time to finish charging the machine. The two face the robots but are defeated and Shadow is killed by them. After Ryan sees his master being killed, he turns into Super Ryan and shoots a powerful beam that damages the robots who need to recover. Amy finished charged the machine. So that should be like Amy finished charging, right? Whatever. Amy finished charging the machine and asked Ryan to go back in time to stop the creation of the robots. That was really hard to be followed. That I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I kind of get the things. A lot of people died. This is a big canon, right? I think it's saying Sonic and Amy both died. Personality. Okay. We got a little bit more. We got a little bit more here. Okay. So personality. Like his father, he is an adventurer and free spirit, and they're talking about Sonic, wanting to do things quickly and his own way. He also always thinks of the freedom of all. Like his mother, he is usually optimistic, even in bad situations, but unlike him, he does not have the obsessive and aggressive personality of her. But like his father, he usually acts before thinking when he's very angry. Okay, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Relationships. So with Sonic, both are similar because they like adventure, get into dangerous situations. Ryan has always loved his father and they are both together in adventure. After he reached the past, he began to always stand guard to see if any of the robots appear to kill his father. When you go in the past? So he's saying we went back in time? Is that what this was about? Amy, he is sometimes embarrassed to be her son because of her obsessive and aggressive personality, but he also loves her and is always thinking of her since he's come to the past. Is Amy known of being like super obsessive and aggressive? Like I know, because the only reference I have, I don't play Sonic games. I should reference this. I think I've played some of them in like dentists' offices and stuff like that when it was like the Sonic racing games, maybe a little of normal Sonic. Yeah, I did play that Sonic not fan fiction, visual novel for Halloween because we thought it was Who Murdered Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was a horror game. It was not really a horror game. But they're saying that she is. Okay, I knew maybe a little bit, but okay, this is making it feel like okay. So some of this is canon, is what y'all are saying. Shadow. At first, Ryan was afraid of Shadow because he tried to kill his father and was afraid he would try to kill him too. That's pretty fair. But that fear ended when Sonic asked to shadow him to train him to become a fighter like him. How many times do we have him? Ryan is usually childish during training, leaving Shadow troubled and with the urge to beat him up. So he's got a spin dash like his father. Chaos control. He can use emeralds to stop time, teleport. Energy hammer. He can create once again a blue baby. Isn't it baby blue? If we're talking about the color that's normally baby blue, he can create blue baby energy hammer. What the fuck is that? That's like some Warhammer stuff. Like Amy's, and when he hits someone, it can create a wave of energy that sends anyone away. He's got Supersonic. He's got Dark Ryan when he feels really angry. He turns into Dark Ryan. Excalibur Ryan. Before he traveled to the past, his mother gave him a caliber created by Tails. Trivia, our last trivia attack here. His story is similar to that of Trunks of Dragon Ball Z. The difference is that Trunks is son of Vegeta. I don't know how to pronounce that. That is the anti-hero of Ryan is the anti-hero and Ryan of Sonic the protagonist. For those who do not understand, it is because Sonic and Dragon Ball are similar. I appreciate that fun fact. Like his father, he loves hot dogs, but unlike his father, who prefers hot dogs with chili, Ryan just wants ketchup. No chili for Ryan. He's always wondering how Sonic married Amy if he rejected her. That's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, well that was pretty tame. That's definitely like just a kid named Ryan that was like, hey, yeah, they were my parents and, you know, they died tragically and, you know, normal kid stuff, right? Normal kid stuff. So that's that. And now we're jumping into the first thing, one of the first viewer requested things, which you know means it's about to get good. We are about to jump into Barney Gives Birth, a revolutionary tale of hedgehogs and dinosaurs. Now, for most of these actual fan fictions here, right? Because these are like actual fan fiction, right? They go on for a very long time, right? Where is it? Where are we even at? This one only has one chapter. Oh, this one only has one chapter. Okay. The future ones are long. So this is a short and sweet one here. We're about to read the story of Barney Gives Birth. I don't know, at certain points, we may just have to like quit out of some of these. I don't know how I'm going to react to this, but I've not read these before. I promise. I like skimmed through for like 5 or 10 seconds to make sure there wasn't anything too bad. But I didn't really do a good job at checking here. So I don't think any of these have pictures. It's all words as far as I know. So let's do this here. That's also why we're taking the stream down immediately and we're editing the video in case we have to. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to react. So, okay. The summary of this story, actually, we don't need the summary. We're going to just jump into it. Actually, you know what? That might be helpful for people. Barney and Sonic have been married and enjoying the married lifestyle of Purple Dinosaur and Blue Hedgehog joined in Holy Mattress. No way that's real. No way that's real. In Holy Mattress Money. So they're trying to say in Holy Matrimony. I think there's a subreddit called like Bone Apple Tea, where people like, sometimes people will think that like the stay like, oh, Bon Appetit, you know, the chef thing. Some people are like, oh, they're thinking it's Bone Apple Tea. And so they go around saying, oh, you know, Bone Apple Tea. I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but that's supposed to be Holy Matrimony. We're getting caught up way too early, honestly. That was so funny to me. However, Barney and Sonic are ready for the next step to make a child. So with the power of magical eggs and spit, oh God, the child will be born. So Barney and Sonic, let's do it. Let's do it here. So, Barney the dinosaur and Sonic the Hedgehog were a happily married couple for 21 years. So that's a good relationship. Good relationship, right? They've lived together in the big blue house after murdering a bunch of bears, excuse me, who used to live there to run some sort of mafia empire. They have traveled as bounty hunters, purging the world of 7 different types of ugly, sus, alien creatures, killing the other 2 dinosaurs, the green one and the ugly yellow one, with the crime against fashion red hat ew. So we're already getting some what are they called? Writers' commentaries here, right? Kidnapping and eating very tiny Homo sapien children from Karens, and then having the time of their lives with their mushy, gushy romance life after settling down. However, Barney and Sonic were missing something that made their lives worthwhile. They really wanted to pass on their genes. I don't like the way that's sus. I don't like that. It's a warm and stormy day outside of the big blue house. Oh, Barney, baby, Sonic called. Let's make baby. Barney violently nodded, and I'm getting scared. Barney violently nodded and jumped with a loud yippee, with his landing sounding in a loud thud and causing his overly round stomach to jiggle with joy. What happened next was extraordinary. Sonic dashed to the cell phone. Hello? Yes, I'd like to order 5 of your freshest egg molds. Free delivery in 2 minutes? Sweet. Sonic grabbed Barney by his incredibly wide hips and spun around the living room. A blue light was flashing behind the two like a passionate comet. Yay, yelled Barney. Ding dong, the eggs have arrived. Sonic rushed to the door, dropping Barney in front of the door and letting Barney slide to the door like a penguin. He stomached. This person's really into stomachs. He stomached wiggly down to the ground and tummied downwards. I have never heard tummy or stomach be a verb, right? That's how you know this person's into tummies. That I've never heard that be a verb. And tummied downwards. Barney's eyes looked a bit like spirals. A small red box with a radioactive label and a giant green bow was placed outside the door. It was time. Barney crawled to the couch and climbed on, laying down on his back to prepare himself. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Sonic tore open the package of eggs, carefully laying them out and reading the instructions. Okay, babe, we need to do things into the eggs to give the eggs our DNA samples. Sonic then removed 1 egg, cracked it open, and hacked a large blue spitball into it. He passed the 2 cups of the egg to Barney. Barney gently spits into the egg. Next, Sonic took another empty egg and then punched a hole in it with his toe, performing some strange yoga pose where he held each half of the first egg in each hand and the second egg in his hairy yet smooth feet. Was he levitating? Yeah, I got you. No one knows. He then took both egg parts together and then poured the mixture of spit into the other egg. Then Sonic took the last 3 eggs, each bigger than the other, and placed the egg, the hole next, then the Russian nesting doll, the eggs, and Barney's eyes glistened moistly at the giant egg. Oh, stupendous, Barney cheered. Now I just need some chocolate milk and we can lay this egg. Sonic passed the egg and a random glass of chalky milk that teleported into the scene out of thin air to Barney's excited hands. This makes me want to, because I used to love writing as a kid. I need to see if I could find any of mine because I want to say mine was better than this. I didn't write fan fiction. I was writing just random ass stories that didn't make sense. But I got to find some of that to react to at some point. But okay, either way. Wow. Okay, so suddenly Barney I feel like we've been reading this for like 7 hours already. Suddenly, Barney threw the egg and chocolate milk glass into the air and opened his jaws at a 180-degree angle, invitingly opening his mouth to eat the egg like some anaconda. The egg went down his throat, creating a giant lump as it went down to his stomach, making Barney jiggle all over. All that is known is that Barney's already dummy, thick self got even thicker. We got even thicker. Y'all asked for this. Everyone in chat is just horrified. And I just want to remind each and every one of y'all that even if you didn't contribute to the community goal, you were part of the community that did. And I want you to think about that and reflect. So 2 minutes passed, 69 minutes passed, of course. 1 hour passed, 0.5 hours passed, and 1.87869. God damn it. And we have 420 and we have 69 back in that number. Barney just stood there like a glowing statue, T-posing to assert his dominance as this egg was incubating in his giant round tummy, which was getting rounder at the nanosecond. Sonic just watched or did his Sonic things or something. A rumbling sound. This sentence, the person just gave up. He was like, what's Sonic doing? Should I type out what Sonic? He was just doing something. That's fine. A rumbling sound started erupting from the bottom of Barney's diaphragm to the top of his bosom. It was time. Barney's tail wiggled as some giant white mass started peeking from behind and pushed him up. The egg built its way through and started towering up like the formation of Mount Everest, with Barney sitting like a fat hen at the top. Barney sat with his arms out, waving them like a bird, his eyes glowing white like Herobrine or God. The egg... okay, that just threw me off. I don't need that in the middle of the... I don't know. Okay, the egg was out. Sonic ran to the top of the enormous egg and lovingly clutched Barney's lovely purple and fingerless hands. Super-de-duper! We did it, Sonic! Barney breathlessly cheered. Sonic picked up Barney bridal style and slid down the egg. The two of them gazed at the egg, waiting for it to hatch. I can't believe we did it, Barney. How wonderful. Terrific. Oh my, it is wiggling and jiggling and wriggling. A rumble trembled the entire house. Barney's hips jiggled at the force of the waves. Sonic's spiky Goku anime boy hair stuck to the back of his head like the spikes were glued there. The egg started cracking. A crack from the top slithered to the bottom, and the egg snapped open, splitting into 3 pieces of a flower. A glowing, tall, muscular, and incredibly hunky green humanoid figure stood, a prominent white glow blurring any clear image of him. The giant, sexy green man took 2 steps out, crushing the eggshell under him. Barney's eyes widened. Sonic stood still. Sonic also probably pissed himself. Nope, he did. He has blue pee. Wonder what he drank after all that time waiting. What? What the bloody heck are you doing in my swamp? Oh, it's Shrek? Oh no. Shrek, where did you come from? Sonic cried. Shrek. It was Shrek all along. Shrek was the Messiah to carry on the genetic material of Barney and Sonic. The abomination, the Lord, the Holy One. Be not afraid. Shrek pulled out a long, thick mace from the bottom of the egg as if he were King Arthur pulling a sword from the stone. Oh, that's some beautiful imagery there. A mace from the egg. Egg in the mace. Shrek raised the mace to the top of his head, swinging it down on Sonic and Barney. Those two didn't even see the mace coming as they fearfully gazed into each other's dead and muggy eyes for one last time. Then Shrek crushed their skulls, beating down his big mace down at them. Once again, we have 69 420 times. I really don't know what I can or can't do to upload a video. So this is going to be a very good experiment for me and the channel. Okay, so Sonic was covered in black bruises, was beaten to a pulp. Barney was purple mush. Red, black, and blue, Sonic and Barney. Shrek started giggling like some anime scroll girl who just confessed her love to her Awu senpai kun. I don't know how you do Awu speak. The giggle turned into some drunk witch's cackle, transforming into thunderous and roaring laughter echoing through the house, rumbling the mushed up flesh of Barney and Sonic like water droplets being poured onto some fancy, once again, 69,420 speaker. The holy trinity of Danny DeVito, John Cena, and Keanu Reeves would be impressed. Somebody once told me that this world was gonna mold me. Shrek stood up, the blood of his parents dripping down his legs. Well, okay, but all that glitters is me, the gold. I am the, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars that is going to break the mold? Notes, I am really sorry for this abomination. I literally wrote this during a class that I was about to fall asleep in. My friends have a mental illness. My parents are concerned. My grades are crying and my acne is out. This is my coping mechanism. I am probably going to make more, lol. Note, this is 100% a parody and satire. So, wow. I honestly, who wrote this? Does it have an audience, or is this posted in, so this is posted in the Barney and Friends fandom, the Sonic the Hedgehog fandom, and the Shrek. I'm glad we didn't look at that, because otherwise we would have had the whole thing spoiled. So I'm already, whoo, that was a lot. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't that though. It wasn't that. Allegedly, we have more. Allegedly. So I don't know how much longer we're gonna make, and that last one took a lot out of me already. I'm not even gonna lie. But allegedly, we have more. So I'm gonna continue on. I guess this is more of an endurance match than anything, right? Because I believe this is one. Yeah, see, so this is we're gonna just skim through this, because this is what I meant. This one here has 10 chapters. So we would read all of this. It's actually not that much. All of that, go into the next chapter. Like they get real into it, right? Oh my God, that was like double the size, dude. Oh my, that was like a little book, dude. It's like Game of Thrones. The further they get in, I mean, they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves, right? So we are not going to be reading all of this, but let's try to skim through it. We gave that last one spotlight, the attention it didn't maybe deserve, because you know, it was shorter. So we're gonna I don't know what we're gonna do. But this is definitely an endurance match. So let's just see how far we can get through between this. Okay, Arrival Station Square. Oh wait, okay, so this is a parody of the Terminator. This time, Silver is sent from 2062 to protect Blaze from a robot from the same time from Termination. All Terminator rights goes to James Cameron. Official Sonic characters belong to Sega, and this was made by CEO the Lion. Okay. So Arrival Station Square 2062. As we can see, the ruined city of Station Square, many skulls and bones lie among the remains of buildings, while flying robots and those using treads fired at some survivors. The machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Their war to exterminate humans and Mobians had raged for decades, but the final battle would not be fought in the future. It'd be fought here in our present tonight. So it's Station Square 2017, 1:52 a.m. This is very, very promising so far. A garbage truck driver was doing his job with taking the garbage in the morning, but the truck stops halfway up. What the hell? The driver tried to turn it on. Suddenly the wind blew as sparkles of electricity appeared, shocking the driver, who runs away. When the lightning stopped, a naked Mobian lion was crouching before standing up. He had yellow fur and a brown mane as well tail tip. His orange eyes looked around the area before he looks over. There is so many details. This is very different. The other one was like, yeah, Sonic was doing something. This was thought out. Okay. So he sees someone. He says, "Fuck you, asshole." Hawk said angrily, pulling out a pocket knife. Okay, we got some action. So did his pals too. They attempted to stab him, but the lion then shoves the hawk against the fence hard to knock him out hard. And pushed the albatross aside. The swallow then stabs the lion in the abdomen, but oddly, lion doesn't feel pain. The next thing he did, shoves his fist right through the swallow and crushed her heart. Okay, this is some crazy things. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go. Okay, here we go. So, okay, something was a dream. We just woke up from a dream. Okay, Silver woke up, looks around to see if he is still alive, and had the shotgun on his lap, panting out. He made sure no one saw it and drives away. With Fiona and Blaze, they were at home fixing their hair. Blaze then saw her hair dryer's cord was tangled in Fiona's earpiece's cord. Sorry, Blaze smiled nervously. Fiona just shrugs and continues fixing her hair when the iPhone in the living room gets a call. Blaze takes the phone to answer it. She saw it was from Fiona's boyfriend, Scourge. Oh, okay, wait, that's okay, wait a minute. Whoa, that was like actual stuff. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna once again, I have not read these. As you can tell, this is a lot here. Okay, let's just see what the ending is. How does this whole story end? No, I do not want to favorite this. Okay. Okay, there's some big fight. Okay, let's get out of here. The truck driver's friend didn't finish when he saw the Kyonator get in. Which that was the author's name, revealing its robotic parts of the face. Get out. The Kyonator said it coldly to the driver's friend, and he got out. The Kyonator then scans the truck how to drive with minor glitches in the HUD. So I think that's the Terminator thing. He then starts the truck and drives towards Silver and Blaze. Silver, get up! Blaze was pulling the near unconscious Silver out of the car. The Kyonator makes a turn on the road to resume its mission to kill them. Blaze manages to pull Silver out of the car moments before the Kyonator runs over their car. He then makes a turn again and chases them down the road. They then come next to a factory where Silver falls down. Don't stop, run! Silver screamed. He was taking out his 6th pipe bomb. There were 5 other pipe bombs used in this. As the Kyonator chases Blaze, Silver then threw the pipe bomb into the gas pipe of the truck and takes cover in the empty dumpster. The Kyonator was closing into Blaze and almost got the chance to run over when the pipe bomb's fuse goes smaller and smaller, and then with a loud boom, the truck's fuel trailer exploded into flames and consuming the truck with the Kyonator still inside. Blaze takes over in an alley, watching the truck burning. Silver got out of the dumpster heading for Blaze. Blaze peeks to see the burning truck, and the Kyonator got out of it with its living tissue and clothes burning up. He then fell down and seems to shut down. Blaze gave a sigh in relief and walks out to see Silver walking to her. Blaze! Silver! Blaze ran to him and hugs him. We did it, Silver, we got him! Blaze says, hugging him again. Silver hugs back. Then, the Kyonator rose up from the flames, now revealing its robotic form. Silver turns to see it and his eyes widens. It wasn't shut down, it just rebooted and was active again. Blaze then saw the endoskeleton of the Kyonator gasping in horror. No! No! Blaze screamed. Both she and Silver ran off to the factory's door with the Kyonator following. It moved slowly due to a disabled left leg joint. Blaze picked up a debris piece and smashed the door window open to get it with Silver. They ran through the hallway into the factory with the Kyonator after them. They got into the machine room, locking the door. The Kyonator then started to hit the door with its strength to get in. Silver stumbles to the machine controls. Wait, he turns on all the machines on. What are you doing? Blaze asked. Distraction. He's trying to track us. Silver groans weakly. The Kyonator now managed to make a crack in the door. Silver then collapses in exhaustion. Silver, come up! Blaze screamed. The Kyonator kept pushing the door, making the crack bigger. Then it reaches out for the handle. Silver, open on your up on your feet, soldier, on your feet. Blaze then pulls Silver up to run with him. This is insane. This is insane. This is definitely the highest quality fan fiction we've read so far. There's a couple spelling errors, grammar issues, but I'm imagining the scene, right? I'm seeing it in some edgy Sonic, I don't know, video game. They've been edgy before, right? So the Kionator then opened the door and starts searching again. Due to all noise the machines made, it was hard for it to find them. Then it heard Silver and Blaze and goes to their direction due to Blaze accidentally turning on a hydraulic press. Silver then took a steel rod while he and Blaze headed to the stairs. They then saw the Kionator behind them and they walked upstairs backwards with it, taking slow steps up. When it got up, Silver held up the steel rod. Blaze, run, Silver told Blaze. No, Blaze refused. Run, run, Silver shouted with the Kionator, eyed Blaze who head downstairs. Come on, you fucker. Silver glared at the Kionator. He then hits it 5 times at the head, but no avail. The Kionator turns its head and then walks towards him menacingly and then strikes him. Blaze then saw Silver take out his last pipe bomb and ran. Silver then, with his last strength, shoves the pipe bomb into the Kionator's spine and fell down the stairs as the pipe bomb exploded, seemingly destroying the Kionator, and the blast caused Silver to fall down to his death. Blaze sat up and felt a strong pain in her thigh. She felt where it was, and she then realized a shard of metal was in her leg. She pulls it out of her thigh with a loud yelp. She then crawls to Silver's dead body. She began crying over his dead body for his sacrifice, but it was not over for the Kionator, despite it losing its lower body, its left hand, and it was still online. Blaze then began crawling away from the now crippled Kionator to the assembling line. Blaze dodged the factory robot arms over the line, and then came the line's end, crawling through the hydraulic press to the other side. As soon as she got there, she closed the red rubber fence over so the Kionator couldn't get her, but it tried to strangle her by reaching out its hand. She then reaches out for the buttons, and then she got to the right button. She gave it a cold glare. You are a terminated fucker. Blaze pressed the highest button, activating the hydraulic press to crush the Kionator. She held the button long enough to flatten the robot until it was completely destroyed, electrical bolts bursting out of the Kionator. Its red eyes began to fade as it was finally crushed by the pressure of the hydraulic press. Only its arm remained intact. It's gonna come back. Blaze then pants out in exhaustion. Medical arrived to take Blaze to the hospital while the police took Silver's body in a body bag. Silver, Blaze said weakly before she was brought into the ambulance. A few months later, Blaze had fully recovered and was 6 months pregnant with Gray. She was right now driving through Mexico in a Jeep and had a German Shepherd in the backseat of her Jeep. And she hides a revolver while recording to a tape. Okay, this part now sounds like the other fan fictions. 7, November 10th. Where was I? What's difficult is trying to decide what to tell you and what not to, but I guess I have a while before you're old enough to understand these tapes. They're more for me at this point, just so that I can get it straight. Blaze recorded every word of hers. She then drives to a gas station where the owner came out. Blaze came out of the car to say something in Spanish to have her fuel filled in the car. CC, fill her up. The owner heads to fill the car. Blaze then continues her recording to her tape. Should I tell you about your father? Boy, that's a tough one. Will it affect your decision to send him here, knowing that he is your father? If you don't send Silver, you can never be.
Are you okay?
God, a person could go crazy thinking about this. I suppose I will tell you I owe him that. Maybe it'll help if you know that in a few hours that we had together, we loved a lifetime's worth. Then a boy took a picture of Blaze saying something in Spanish. What did he say? Blaze asked the owner. He says, you're very beautiful. He's ashamed to ask you for $5 for this picture, but if he doesn't, his father will beat him. The owner said. The boy held out the picture for Blaze. Pretty good hustle, kid. Cuatro. Blaze smiled and hands him $4. Then the boy said something in Spanish again, pointing to the direction Blaze is going for. Blaze then looks at the picture of hers and then puts it under her tape. What did he say? Blaze asked again. He said there's a storm coming. The owner said. Blaze looks forward and then placed her hands on the wheel. I know, she said, and starts the car heading to the mountains where dark clouds were thundering. What? Okay, I feel like there was a different person that wrote this ending. Either that or when was this made? This was made in 2016. So we can't just be like, oh, this was AI made, right? Someone typed this. Wow. Okay. So that was that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how much more I can get through, but let's see. I think we have two more. Let me, because this is once again another one here that has like 10 chapters, right? It has 10 chapters. I feel it was just Terminator 2 rewritten. Yeah, that's probably why it was pretty good. Because then the second that they had to write their own actual thing, you know, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna read a little bit of this first page, and then we're gonna go to the ending again, because I can't stomach all the the stuff in the middle here, right? We're being impatient here, but we gotta at least give them a chance here. So this was made in 2008. Also, thanks R3W3 I don't know how to pronounce that. Appreciate your following. Yeah, this was a community channel point goal, so our community wanted this, and I suppose they're getting it here. So this is Once Upon a Time by Terrania, Chapter 1. Not Your Average Princess. Hi there, and welcome to Once Upon a Time. If you like the pairing, you should love this. If you don't like the pairing, I think you should have fun as well. There's het romance and more comedy than anything. Was that supposed to say hot romance? Or is that supposed to be short for hetero? Either way. Plus, I will hereby claim that the characters will be IC. Okay, I know what OC is, which is like, oh, this is my original character. What does IC mean? Well, with one exception throughout the story, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. Also, please note that there will be no Amy bashing. I like her. Please have fun. Tell me what you thought. So apparently okay, because this was another reference to Amy here. Side note, yes, much explanatory stuff at the beginning. Action starts midway through the chapter. So the first chapter, the telling of the horrible life of a stepson, strange siblings, and leeches. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, or rather a few clicks of fanfictionette, but let's keep this traditional. Once upon a time, there was a very unhappy hedgehog. Shadow, heat the water for the tub. And where's my dinner? Shadow, if you haven't heated the water for your sister in 5 minutes, I'll skin you alive. And my dinner, and her dinner. I'm coming. I hope she drowns in her bath. Shadow, indeed, was treated like a slave by both his stepsister and stepfather, but of course, it hadn't always been this way. Late at night, when he had a few precious hours to himself before he had to rise again in the darkness to prepare breakfast for his family, he wistfully remembered how his life had been long ago. He had been living together with his adopted sister Maria and his creator, Gerald, who had been a very skillful alchemist who had actually created the black hedgehog as a pet for his beloved granddaughter. So is this real? Because I don't know much about Sonic lore. I can't tell what they're claiming is real and what they're claiming is just the fan fiction. Because this could be real. I don't know. Before he grew so fond of him that Shadow had been accepted into the family. Those years had been bliss, but then, when Shadow was still quite young, tragedy struck and Maria succumbed to a deadly disease, and Gerald's demise followed soon thereafter as the old man was overcome by grief. Oh my gosh. This is following Sonic X lore? So you're saying this is real? This is real in the games? Because the games are edgy, right? It's definitely, it deserves all this fan fiction. Is this a D&D storyline? Oh, you have way better expectations. This is our Twitch community way back when. There was a community goal to react to Cursed Sonic fan fiction. So that's what we're doing. Sonic X is the anime. Okay, so this was in the anime. Okay, but I'm assuming him getting adopted here is probably what the creator did here. Okay. So where are we? Well, I already lost where we were. Yeah, his life, he was the alchemist. Okay, he had arranged for a caretaker and and stepfather for Shadow as he felt his end coming, but unfortunately, the only one he knew was a fellow alchemist and noble of the higher court called Black Doom. Sadly, drawing cues from names he had never been Gerald's specialty. Black Doom, who had always acted friendly and cordially around the old man, accepted the responsibility without hesitation. He promised to take care of the young hedgehog and took him away as soon as the dying alchemist had breathed his last. It was only then that Black Doom began to show his true colors. Shadow, you're late with the cooking. Yes, he is, Dad. Why do I have such a horrible stepbrother? They made him perform all the lowliest duties and never let him have a moment's peace. And Shadow couldn't even run away. His stepfather had made it known to him that in this case, he would be hunted down as an illegal experiment if Black Doom informed the local authorities. Shadow didn't doubt that. Everyone knew that the sinister figure of this strange creature that governed his life was quite close to the royal family and had lots of influence. So the young black hedgehog had suffered all those years in silence. I know I'm late, Uncle. Look, it's not my fault that your goddamn offspring wanted frickin' strawberries in the middle of January. Cease this insolence at once. Ow, you don't have to hit me again, you sick jerk. Well, not quite in silence. A swipe of energy knocked the hedgehog off of his feet. He was smashed against the wall where he lay motionless until his stepfather's claw-like hand grabbed him by his chest and raised him again. Shadow leveled a somewhat dizzy glare at his tormentor. I hate you. I don't care. You will be I hate you. I don't care. You'll be working tonight until you collapse from exhaustion. Now go and fix dinner already if you want to see your bed at all. Which was a nice way to phrase it. Shadow's bed was actually the fireplace. Since he wasn't even deemed worthy of a room, all his clothes, such as fine gloves and shoes, had been taken away and replaced with rags so that everyone thought of him as a street urchin or slave at first. He was also continually dirty since he slept in the ashes and cinders, which he had earned him the name Shadow in the first place. Black Doom had suggested Cinderello. That's on the nose at first, but luckily Shadow's stepsister had declared that name insane. Where did you get this idea? Oh man, so yeah, it's following Cinderella quite similarly right now. This is what the quiet kid makes up in his mind when he stares off in space. I like your username, by the way, Calvin and Hobbes. I just hopped into the stream and I immediately heard the word stepbrother, and I'm definitely going to lose brain cells from this. Yeah, I don't know what we're getting into here. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. This music. Wow. Okay. So we start. I'm okay. Because I'm already getting close to not being able to handle it. We're gonna now go to the middle here. This Sonic music is fire. I don't know what is this song, dude. Carnival Night Act 1. This is like the best Sonic song that ever has existed on my ever. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Okay, we're in chapter 6 here. We're gonna go to the middle here. Okay, we gotta find a way to jump into it here. Okay. Oh, Shrek. Okay. Well, that coach looks like you watched Shrek one too many times, but I won't say anything. I think it's cute, Rogue smiled before giving a startled another peck on the cheek. The three were standing outside now, and regarding the white round vehicle, and Shadow had to admit that it was a lot more refined and impressive than one Black Doom and the one that Black Doom and Eileen had taken. With the little turrets, you could even mistake it for a wandering marble castle. It still had a slightly morbid feel to it, but even if you couldn't pinpoint the reason anymore, but they thought that if they claimed to hail from Transylvania, they could possibly get away with it. So they stole a car? Okay. So they stole a car. I'm assuming he's just escaping the evil people. And now what is the ending of this great fan fiction? Man doesn't know what species Knuckles is. Is that the species Knuckles? That's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about Sonic. I'm wearing a SpongeBob shirt while reading Sonic fan fiction. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go here and we're gonna read the end here. Well, if that was supposed to be the fairy tale of our wedding, I'm not going to tell it to our kids as long as I'm sober. So Sonic did not have a good wedding. We missed something. Sonic groaned and rubbed his eyes as it was a lot later that evening. After the Book of Laws had been adjusted, the fairies had departed, and Shadow stayed in the castle, retiring with Sonic to his dorm so both could get some sleep before the preparations for the wedding would begin the next day. Never underestimate what an absolute monarch means for a lack of bureaucracy. I mean, honestly, we could be together because that red guy comes from an egg? What kind of crackpot idea? Sonic's rant was smothered when Shadow pulled him over to his side of the bed and into a kiss. Oh, so Sonic and Shadow. Is that what's happening? Well, I don't know. I don't think het stood for hetero. As far as I know, they're both guys, right? Which is fine. I think it was a typo then, for hot. Unless there's a lot of we probably missed a lot. Hush, don't complain about it. And personally, I think kids won't be much of an issue for us. What do you mean? Sonic blinked. Shadow leveled a half-lidded look at him. Because, Sonic, we're both male, meaning no kids. Then an idea seemed to strike him. Oh no. Oh no. Except, of course, if you'd be willing to undergo certain operations. I'll pretend you never ever said that. The blue hedgehog gave him a slightly weirded out stare before smiling again. No, we can adopt one of silver. This music is just... I can't take this seriously with this music in the background. This is the best music I've ever heard in my life. I gotta make sure this is replayed. I'm sorry. I literally can't even. Oh, this is Carnival Nights Act 2. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. I'm gonna make this like. This is gonna be a big part of my life going forward. This song. This song will be a big part of my life going forward. I can tell you that right now. We're gonna put that on lock. I'm going crazy right now. I am going absolutely crazy. Okay, we can adopt one of Silver and Amy's kids if we ever need an heir. You won't mind being an uncle, right? Not as long as you take care of them while still in diapers and in puking and grabbing stage. No. Sonic shoved the other playfully with his head. What are you trying to do? Already make me the woman in the relationship? I thought Black Doom had at least taught you better manners. Right? Shadow blinked. You know, we still don't know where he is. So, okay, we don't know what happened to Black Doom. Sonic shrugged. Yeah, but who cares? Maybe he found the love of his life too. The place was green, it was sticky, it was hot, wet, humid, loud, and disgusting. And Black Doom hated every minute of it. Why did he have to end up here? And then that creature had eaten the emerald he needed to chaos control away, meaning he was stuck. No, the mood of the alchemist as he sat fuming at the riverbank next to the rudimentary hut was bad, and by no means improved by the delighted giggling of Eileen in his back, or when loud footsteps heralded the arrival of the other creature that lived here. Are you still so gloomy, Mr. Doomy? A deep, slow voice inquired. Its owner sounding so cheerful, Black Doom wanted to strangle puppies in front of him. You can be happy now. I caught a big fish for tonight. Oh, did you hear that, my love? Eileen cooed to her new boyfriend sitting at her lower tentacles. It's going to be fish again. How wonderful. It means we'll be able to eat the bait. Oh, I've never been so happy in my life. It's all because I met you. Ribbit. Froggy replied, summing up all of the feelings on the issue up. What is happening? What did we miss in this story? And while Black Doom most certainly wasn't Sonic and Shadow and everyone else in the realm during the following golden era of the two kings lived happily ever after Finn. Whee! This crackpot of a story is finished. I have to say I had a lot of fun writing this, and I hope that goes for reading it too. I almost feel affectionate for Doom's eye now, and I think that's a bad sign. Hope you find some amusement in my other stories too. If you like this one, try Sonic Drabbled Trouble. That's where most of my other absurdity is contained. Oh, and Wikipedia hedgehogs, of course. And yes, it will be completed. Thank you so much for reading, sticking with it during the long intervals, and all the awesome feedback. Because yeah, keep in mind this was original. This was in 2009, and I believe the first episode was in 2008. So this saga that we just skimmed through was definitely written over time. And you know what? I think that's a good place. I think that's a good tap out point. That's a good tap out point, I think. I don't know what I was expecting. I feel like I went on a journey. I straight up feel like I have been reading and stuck in this fan fiction for, honestly, probably about, I don't know, a long time, like 3 hours. It legitimately feels like I was reading this for 3 hours. So this is what people on Twitch wanted, or a couple people on Twitch wanted. So I hope there were like 2 or 3 of you guys that enjoyed this, because I'm sure most people have already clicked off, rightfully so. So yeah, this is random fun thing. Make sure you follow us on Twitch and YouTube, for more random streams. Hopefully not as cursed as this going forward, but it was a lot of fun, honestly. Fun meme. I have discovered this music, and this music will in fact be a big part of my life going forward. I can assure you that here. So we're gonna just crank this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe, ring that bell like all the big boy YouTubers say, to be notified if you want to watch absolutely stupid shit in the future. Check out our TTG Classics playlist for some other stupid shenanigans like this. And if you guys are going to be doing anything more productive with your life than we just did for the last hour, I wish you guys luck, and see you all next time.